What's up, folks? I'm back again with part 2 of the Thunderbolts box set. We're going to kick things off with Luke Cage. Okay, next up we have Luke Cage. Again, like I mentioned, this is a modern version of Luke Cage from the Thunderbolts. The head sculpt is really cool. It's a brand new head sculpt. He has a kind of a unique look at his face. He has one eyebrow raised more than the other. So that kind of makes it look cool. The head is very shiny. There's no dry brushing whatsoever on this figure. But overall, it looks pretty cool. The head is on a ball joint and it has a hinge, so it allows for a wide range of movement. Now, as far as the paint apps on this figure, I'm not very happy about them. Basically, what they did is Luke Cage wears his traditional yellow shirt, and what they did is they painted it in, which is fine, but I mean, they should at least, take the time and make, sculpt the edges of the collar on the shirt and the edges of the sleeves. And they didn't do that. All they did was basically paint the figure in yellow. I'm sure that this figure is probably molded in this brown. So they just painted the sleeves on. I don't know if you can notice here, but there's some bad paint application there. And another weird thing is the glove, which is solid black, it goes all the way back here almost to his tricep. And the peg, which is already on another portion of the arm, is black. And that looks horrible. That peg should have been brown so it could have meshed together with the color here in between the sleeve and the glove. So that was really bad execution, paint application wise, by Hasbro. And the belt is not as metallic as we would like it to be. It's kind of more like a shiny, dull gray, just like the gauntlets. The gauntlets are obviously sculpted in. The hands are, it's cool. You got these little kind of power rivets here, and they look like they're lighting up and stuff. Here you can see what I was talking about. This is really bad execution. You can see yellow inside the joint. You can see the misapplication there of the black. It's rubbing off the black peg, which looks horrible. And I'm not quite sure. He has two holes in his back. Not quite sure what that's for. The rest of the body is pretty simple. I'm guessing all this lower portion of the body is molded in a solid matte black color, and then he has the same kind of dull metallic gray here at the boots. Articulation wise, he has a lot of articulation. He has the ab crunch here at the midsection. He has full rotational hinges and a boss and a swivel. So he has hinge and swivel shoulders and a full rotation, unlike Ghost. He has double elbows, but it's kind of pointless really, because the gauntlet kind of doesn't allow you to close the arm that much. So there's really no point in having the double elbows, because they don't really do their job. He has a swivel cut at the bicep. He has a swivel cut and a hinge at the wrist. So nice articulation on the body. Then he's got the ball and hinge at the midsection. He's got a thigh cut here. He's got double knees hinged. He has a swivel cut at the boot, and he has the full ball socket and hinge at the ankles. So nice beefy amount of articulation. Again, not really happy with the paint apps. I think this figure could have been executed a lot more, a lot more detail in terms of it being a Comic-Con exclusive. You expect a little more work and something that's a little more unique than the traditional figures that you find at retail. So not too happy with this one. I would like to see more of a classic Luke Cage, or a revisiting of this figure with better sculpted details. Like I mentioned, the collar and the sleeves and definitely fixing this horrendous peg issue there. Next up, we're going to take a look at the females from this set, starting off with the sexy Moonstone here. Okay, here we have the beautiful Moonstone. She is beautiful. I mean, they did an amazing job on the head sculpt. The paint applications are really nice. The eyes are a little bit off. She looks a little bit cross-eyed, unfortunately. But overall, when you look at her from the side, she looks beautiful. The hair is a solid yellow. There's no shading whatsoever. She's got the silver face mask, nice ruby red lips, blue eyes. The entire body is made of a semi-metallic kind of ivory. And then she has this metallic yellow details here that goes down the cleavage in the shape of the Moonstone. The gauntlets, the gloves, and everything else is pretty much the solid pearlescent white. So very simple. She's got the little tramp stamp there with the Thunderbolts symbol. That's nice. Overall, a very simple figure, but very good execution and looks nice. The articulation is good. She's got the hinge with the ball. She has the bicep cut with a swivel. She has a regular hinged elbows. She has a hinge at the wrist as well as a swivel. And again, here's one of the paint application issues that I was mentioning. You see the peg on the hinge is white. That should be painted the same color as the gauntlet or the gloves, so it can match the arm and you know, mesh seamlessly. But no, the pegs are white. So you know, that was a bad move on behalf of Hasbro. Everything else pretty much pearlescent white. And articulation wise, she has a ball socket at the mid torso here under the breast. Her head it's just on a ball. There's no hinge. And the good thing is, since the hair is the rubber is pliable, you could pretty much, you know, play around with her head. You can actually do a full 360. The hair is flexible. Oh, there you go. She popped out. Real easy to put back on. But yeah, and then the legs, you got the typical ball hinge. You got the cut at the thigh. You got double knees. And you've got the ball and the hinge at the ankles. So overall, really nice figure. One of my favorite females. Very sexy, very nice. Paint is simple, but execution overall is a lot better than. And now we'll finish things off with a very sexy and mysterious Satana figure. Okay, we have the last of the females. You have Judith Chambers. Really nice figure. I believe this is also Satana. You know, sorry if I'm wrong, but I'm playing the Marvel Avengers Alliance game on Facebook, and I could have sworn that this chick's name is Satana, but I was reading online that the figure's name is Judith Chambers. Either way, really cool spellcasting kind of sorceress. Details are nice. Again, very simple. The execution of this box set overall was kind of weak when it comes to paint apps. The head sculpt is very nice, very sexy. She has black lips. It's very gothic. Dark black hair. She has a Thunderbolt symbol at the collar that's holding her cape. Nice cleavage exposure here. I don't see any, you know, misapplications as far as the paint. Everything looks nice and smooth. And then she has this cape, which is very semi-flexible. It's not as flexible as, you know, some other capes that have been done. But what's good is that the rigidity of this cape allows you to keep the figure from falling over when you stand her upright. And she has this really cool collar sculpted behind here. One thing to note, this cape is not removable. Well, then again, take that back. Let me check. And I take that back. When you pop off the head, you can actually remove the cape, and you can have her without the cape Looks more kind of like a Black Widow. Very sexy figure. Overall, everything is black. The only thing that is a different color is the skin tones, the exposed upper body here, and the face. So this figure is definitely molded in black plastic, I believe, with the skin tones painted in. Now the hair, if you notice here, unlike Moonstone, there is different color variations. You got brown and you've got black. So it's really nice and got those highlights in the hair. It's not jet black. Articulation, same as Moonstone. Everything works really good. Full ball socket at the upper torso. Overall, very nice execution, very simple, but really nice figure nonetheless. And that about wraps it up for part 2 of the Thunderbolts Comic-Con box set. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the toy aisles.